Recently, Supreme Master Ching Hai graciously allowed our association members to gather for an international seminar. It was a joyous occasion as Master and disciples reunited to meditate and pray for peace. During her visit to meet with our association members, Supreme Master Ching Hai also spoke of the teachings of past masters and answered the spiritual questions of fellow initiates. Throughout the ages, compassionate enlightened masters have urged people to surrender to the greater universal power by seeking the divine within from which all other goodness and happiness follow. This message was echoed again in a Taoist tale about longevity, which Supreme Master Ching Hai shared with our association members during the international gathering on December 18, 2008.
Now, for a person who is not interested in fame and gain in this world, he's already half saint, I think. The reason you forsake money or fame is important. It's not the action alone, yeah? Yeah, if you just forsake the money and name and just don't do nothing with your life, then it is a waste of a life, yeah? You waste the food of the world, especially in this time of food shortage, yeah? So, this guy, why he was uninterested? Tell me.
He had something better.
Like what?
His meditation practice.
At that time, not yet. He forsake, worldly gain and fame to have time to go and study with masters in different schools. So he went to study with a Buddhist monk who obviously was enlightened because he stayed with him until he's 60 years old. And then he met a Taoist who also teach him another thing, yeah, body and mind. Because as you know, the Chinese people, most of them in the old time are Buddhist. And at one time, Buddhist was the Chinese kind of national religion, yeah? Nowadays, many countries still have national religion, huh? Like in Arabian country, they have Islam. In the Western countries, they have Christianity. Yeah. Baha'i, of course, Baha'i is a universal. That when the masters was alive, is comprised of all kind of religion. Just like what we are now, whoever you are, you come, yeah? Buddhist, Christian, Hindu, Muslim, whatever. We don't discriminate, yeah? The real master never discriminate. So Baha'ism was like that. Because the master was enlightened. The Baha'ist master was enlightened. Therefore, the teaching of his is just universal. It's just like any real master teaching. The same with the true Islam, true Christian, or true Buddhist, true Hinduism. Any religion believe that God is loving and kind, right? That's why they always pray to Him, help me, grace me, bless me, protect me, yeah? If a person who is not kind and loving, how he protect you? How would he care, yeah, to bless you? How would he care to grace your life or anything? So even if any religious scripture or the religious believer doesn't say that God is love even, but it implied, yeah, that God is a loving person, yeah, very protective, very kind. That's why we pray to him or her. Because if it's not kind, how you care to pray to them? If a person or a being is not loving, how would you even think to pray to that being, right? So God, obviously, is love. So how can a person who embodies love teach anyone to kill anyone else? It's also his children. Or even encourage that, or even tolerate it, or even bear it. We were in heaven, talking about God, huh? Let's go back to earth again. Now, the Zen Buddhist friend of his, Huiting, also has the ability to free himself from the body. Do you remember reading the story about Kabir? Kabir, after he died, he seemed to take his body with him too, because the Hindu and the Muslim were fighting with each other, saying whose denomination the master should belong to and must belong to. And they fight over his body. They believe he's Muslim, because he teach also Muslim teaching, maybe referring to a Muslim teacher of the past when he have a Muslim disciple. Yeah? And when the Hindu disciple come, then he talk about Hinduism and the past master and Vishnu and Brahma and all that. Or maybe celebrate also with the Hindu in the Hindu way. And when he is with the Muslim, then he celebrate with the Muslim in the Muslim way. So both believed that he belonged to them alone. It's possible. So after Kabir died, Muslim and Hindu fight with each other who will take the body to where. So then after discussion for a long time, the body still laying in the coffin waiting. Until next morning, when they decided both to come there to debate about who will take the coffin home. The master body. And then they open the coffin, they see nothing in there. He only saw one rose in the coffin. The body is gone, just one rose. The symbol of love, unification. Love is only one. There's no Muslim, there's no Hindu. The master wanted to leave the message like that. It could be that the master took his body with him. It could be that some wise, very enlightened disciples had taken the body with him while everybody was debating and not looking. So he just take it away, worrying that the Muslim or the Hindu or both, they would chop his master body into two parts. After all, and decided, okay, you the left, I the right. Yeah. Then that would be disaster. It would be terrible. Because it's not like the Muslim or the Hindu have enmity with each other. But it could be that they can be in the conflict, They could even chop a master body into two, divide it in two halves so that each one take one, end the discussion. That is one thing. Because maybe not all of the master have been highly enlightened. You see, in any spiritual practicing group, there are some are highly elevated spiritually, some are still nowhere. And mostly the ones who are not very enlightened are the loudest mouth. Ego. I know everything. Master would want this. Master is mine. Because if you are truly enlightened, you don't have this kind of attitude. Yeah? You don't. You just do what the master said anyway. It's not that if you are initiated by even the highest master, you will be immediately all enlightened. Even if you are all enlightened at the time of initiation, you will lose somehow some degree of it as the time goes by, because life take over again after you get out of the meditation room. Your ego control again, Any moment you forget God, any moment you forget your real self, the ego come in and pose himself as you and make trouble for you and tell you all kind of things, because you have a lot of habit which you love to keep. Yes. Even just to put out a piece of meat is very troublesome for many people. Because many people, any age, not just now, understood the master teaching. But they don't practice because they cannot leave that meat alone. They cannot leave alcohol. They cannot leave cigarette, for example, like that. And above all, they cannot leave their ego. They think they know everything there is to know already, for example, and that they are a very, very good, devout disciple of God. They go to the temple, they go to church, they think that's enough. So many reasons why people who come to the lecture agree with the master, but will not follow. Most of the time is the eating habit, To satisfy the palate, we do many things. We even kill, Mostly just for food, for security of material comfort. And food is very important to many people. And they do anything for it. That is the problem. Ego is the worst enemy of humankind. Luckily, the animals, mostly they don't have it. Most animals don't have it. Even the vicious animals, they don't have ego. They just have, that kind of animal instinct. They do what they do. That's it. But they don't have ego. If you see two male animals fighting with each other, mostly it's just in season, because of the heat. That's it. But they're not really trying to prove anything. But in a group, of course, sometimes they had to fight to know who's the strongest, and then they elect as the president of the animal group. And that's it, and they take care of each other. They don't make their pack member go out and earn money and pay taxes for them, or build a good house for them or anything like that. They do take care of their pack member. They have one leader and everybody listen to that leader. So for example, a pack of wolf, you see, there's one alpha. And if the omega would try to go near while he has not finished his meal or is not allowed, then he growl at him. But that's about it, and the omega knows, just duck away and not making much trouble. Because in a pack, like even the dog or wolf, the leader eats first. It is the rule like that. And then afterward, all members eat, also according to rank. The thing is, they also organize themselves. Like dogs, for example, why the leader has to eat first? So that he has the strength and ready to take care of the whole group whenever necessary. If any of the member die, of course they will be sad, they will be very sorrowful. But if a leader die, then nobody lead the pack. Protect the pack and lead the pack. The pack leader must be strong, intelligent, and dedicated. Therefore, when they chose a leader, they of course take care of the leader. Privilege. It makes sense, no? For example, if they are eating and then suddenly there's some danger come, and the leader is already full, and strong. So he can lead the pack quickly out of there, and he's strong because he has been eaten and fed and well. But even if the member of the group has not been filled yet, they still can follow the leader first and maybe eat somewhere else later. But if the leader is weak, starved, hungry, and then therefore his mind also not alert enough, then he cannot lead the pack out of danger, and take care of them. Therefore, in the animal kingdom, everything is logical. It's not ego at all. It's not about ego. It's the logic and the survival necessity. This research just show you that animals are really intelligent, very well organized, and very cooperative with each other. If we humans can do that at all time, then we will have no trouble at all. But in our human society, it's not always that good, is it? Even if you elect a president, you don't always give him all the respect and all the cooperation necessary. That is a sad thing. Even if the president is of the opposite party, we should give him respect and cooperative, and also feedback and all that. Help him, not always agreeing to everything, but at least give him respect and power to work and authorization. Due respect, at least. It has nothing to do with politics even. You should treat another human with respect. So being a group leader of human is not as good as being a leader of a wolf pack or a dog pack or even a bird flock, because they respect their leaders and they work together. You see, when the bird flock fly together, they coordinate, They fly in formation as to benefit the whole group. Yeah? They are really scientific-minded and very, very coordinate with each other for the whole group's survival. In a human group, this is difficult. Yeah? Everybody wants to be a leader, but nobody wants to be led. Even if you don't know how to lead, you also want to be a leader. Leader is top. You just want to be at the top, that's it. Yes. But birds, they really cooperate so that they can survive together. Yeah? The pack always go together and always in order. And this is something that we humans must also learn a little bit from the animal. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us today for Between Master and Disciples. Please tune in tomorrow for Part 3 of A Taoist Tale of Longevity as told by Supreme Master Ching Hai. Healthy Living is up next right after Noteworthy News here on Supreme Master Television. May heavenly love grace every moment of your life.